Hello. Rod Baker with God and Rod. Let's adjust this a little bit. There we go. Today I'm going to talk about enlightenment. Ever since I went to Spain, my relationship with God has increased. And when I say increased, I mean it in the sense of I want more of him and he seems to want more of me. And I've got no problem with that. As a matter of fact, it's very fitting for me. It works well to align my will with his will. But the thing that began this whole process was my path to enlightenment. One of the first times that I was enlightened was when I was in my teens, and there were some prophecies that were spoken over me at a small Oklahoma City church called Love of God Tabernacle by a guy by the name of Alan Airwood. He had his own miracles that happened in his life that led him to enlightenment and to him being a prophet, evangelist. But we were limited. See, we at that moment in time in life, I was limited to my understanding of God. So then, once I became clean and sober at 30 years old, my relationship with God changed so much because there were more enlightenments that happened to me. And I must tell you, if you're not someone who's sober-minded, I can't see there being enlightenment in your life. I can't see you being someone who can truly open up that pineal gland, or it even be opened up for you. Because if you're not clean and sober, there are things in the way of that. Same thing with your subconscious. But all that is all that. You know, we'll talk more about that later. But the important part is this. I would like to say it's never too late, but it's not true. There does come a point in time in your life when it is too late. When it is too late to change. I've seen it happen with people. There was a time that I believed it. There was a time that I believed that, no one is unworthy of it. But it's not true. And not all that are called will be chosen. And not all that are chosen will be predestined. You ask me if God has favorites. Yes, he does. Look at the history. And it doesn't matter what religion you are a part of or what belief system you're a part of. There are those that God shows favoritism towards because he has called them for a mighty purpose. But today we're going to talk about the Enlightenment and what it is that enhances that for me. And maybe these things will work for you. If you want enlightenment, again, it starts with being clean and sober. Give yourself at least 30 days of being clean and sober. No drugs, no alcohol. Clean, sober, at least 30 days. And then no sexual activity. Not even with yourself. Don't even touch yourself. for at least 90 days. We call that celibacy, in case you're unaware. we call that restraint, in case you're unaware. That something, between the drugs and the alcohol and the celibacy, that something is more important to you than you. See, selfishness and self-centeredness is what stands in the way of your relationship. We're not talking about going and feeding the homeless. We're talking about the ability to say no to you, to set your earthly desires aside, your carnal desires, and to feel, to live by your spirit, and to put your soul in place. See, that's what we're talking about here. So the clean and sober, the no sexual activity, what I do is a minimum of a 3-day food fast. I fast from food for a minimum of 3 days. And then I also do a sleep fast of minimum of 24 hours. No sleep, 24 hours. And then I separate myself from other people. Most of the time I go to the woods, or I'll go visit different places where they allow for me to separate myself from others. Monasteries, things like that. And then I ask God. See, I prepare myself, and then I ask Him for enlightenment. Enlightenment. And see, enlightenment is the greatest energy you can receive. It truly is. Because then you're one with the creator of the entire universe of all dimensions. All of them. Over the past several years, God has put me in a position to take on those that have been harming others, even children. And I know who you are, and I know what you've done. I intuitively knew. Intuitively. And you're going to reap what you've sown. You're going to reconcile for your carelessness of others. You will. The way you've mistreated people, the way you've been unbecoming, the way you have broken universal laws, spiritual laws, and the laws of man, it's all coming to you. It's all coming. Karma, as a friend of mine says. Karma. Gonna get your karma. Your comeuppance. Oh, and it's gonna hurt. And it's not just going to be this lifetime of that karma. For what you've done so much. You and your, I think the best word that describes situations like this is covens.